And I'll just say to everyone, hello, welcome back to another episode of Dreamscapes. We have our friend Sophie here from Singapore. This is fantastic. I'm getting to talk to all kinds of people from around the world. I love it. And Sophie has a dream to share. And we had originally, we were just talking, planned to discuss another dream, but she had one just within the last couple hours, right before waking up, to come and talk to me. So that one's the most fresh. We're gonna get into that. So I have a three-phase process. First, I'm just gonna sit and listen quietly while she describes what she experienced. Then we'll go back through it again together, pull out some more details, and then we'll try and figure out what it means. So I'm ready whenever you are. Go ahead and tell us your dream.
Okay, well, I keep a Bible and a cross right beside my bed. So when I was in the dream, I felt this disturbing presence, a kind of malicious presence. I did not immediately open my eyes to look for the source of that presence, but I turned around and felt for the cross, felt for the Bible. So I found my cross, but it did not make me feel better. So I reached for my Bible, but before I got to my Bible, I felt a book which was not initially there. So that book, I opened it up. It was full of animated cartoon figures, so cartoons. So that wasn't the book I was looking for. So I put it down, and then I felt for my Bible again, which is weird because there should only be one book there, and that should be the Bible. But I picked up another book, and that was not it either. But it was full of text, paragraphed text, and I'm not sure what book it was. I did not read it. So I felt again for my Bible, and I got it. And when I opened it, the Bible was as it was in real life. I haven't really read the Bible much. I just keep it around for protection. But so it was newish as it's supposed to be, but it didn't make me feel better. Instead, that nagging feeling, that uncomfortable feeling, got more and more prominent. And so I quickly got out of bed. I don't know why, but I think I was stumbling around in a haze, even though my eyes were open. So I could see my surroundings, but there's nobody with me, but everything seems to be quite blurred, hazy. So I stumbled towards the front door, trying to get out of the house to escape that feeling. And I tried to open the door. So in front of my door, so my door has just one main door and a gate. And I pulled open that door to find another door in front of it. I pulled open that door to find another door. And then I got to my gate, and then I opened it, and all my neighbors are staring at me, and I just woke up afterwards. But that feeling was still there. That nagging, I don't know, the feeling of a malicious presence around me. Yeah, it's still quite uncomfortable right now, but it's diminishing.
It is very rare that I get to speak to someone immediately after waking up from a dream, and to have them still have that feeling from the dream with them while we're talking. That's kind of amazing. I'm wondering what we're gonna get out of this here. Okay, so that's basically step one. I just listen. We've got that going for us, and now we go back through it one more time, and I'm gonna try to, as much as I can, see or feel what you're seeing and feeling as completely as. Here he comes.
Oh,
There he is. I got to find a way to get him into the game. I don't know what. Maybe I'll set something up where he can. I don't know. Maybe he needs his own webpage. I don't know.
he's really
The
cute.
Adventures of Prince. Yeah, look at this boy. Okay, I love you, son. I love you, but you gotta go. Oh, you gotta go. Bloop. Okay, we'll see. He'll probably come back. He's like, "Don't you put me down. I go where I want." So we'll go through it again, and the purpose is, so I can get the best kind of visual and experiential. Well, understand it, see it better in my mind, and also for you to kind of in a way put you back into the dream a little bit, so you can maybe remember a few more things. So you said you were in the dream and you felt a malicious presence. So where were you in your room? You were in your bedroom?
Yes, I was in my bedroom, lying in bed.
Okay, that was going to be my next question, where you were lying in bed.
Do you want the exact position of me lying in bed? I mean, I sleep on the left side.
Okay, yeah, if you remember it, that may or may not be a relevant detail, and that's consistent with real life. That's the side you sleep on.
Yes.
Okay. And then that would mean that the nightstand where you keep your Bible and your cross is also to your left on that left-hand side?
Yes, I keep the cross on my bed, actually, right beside my head. And the Bible is my nightstand, yes.
Okay. Okay, so you described feeling a malicious presence. So you're laying in bed, kind of on the left-hand side, and did you feel that presence coming from anywhere specific in the room? Was it
No.
above you, below you, to the sides, in another room, or was it just everywhere in the room with you?
I think it did. Well, it didn't seem like it was everywhere in the room, but it felt like it was in the room surrounding me.
Okay.
Oh, here he comes.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. As long as he doesn't walk on the keyboard, he can do whatever he wants. It's value-added content. It's a free upgrade. I couldn't train him to sit on my papers if I wanted to, but he'll do it just for fun. So you felt it was surrounding you, as in
It was enveloping me.
So it was the feeling was that whatever it was close to you?
Yes, very much close to me, enveloping me, sort of even trying to compress me within it.
Okay. Okay. And you said you still had your eyes closed when you reached for your cross?
Yes.
And you found it. And then
Yes.
what did that feel like when you touched it, and what did you do with it? Did you pick it up and hold it to your chest? Did you put it out in front of you? Did you just reach over and put your hand on it?
The cross was towards my left, so I just sort of felt for it, and I felt that cold, plasticky feel. Yeah, I held on to it. It usually gives me comfort once I hold on to it, but it did not this time. It just felt like what it is, an object.
Okay. And then did the feeling of the malicious presence enveloping you change at all when you picked it up or held it?
No.
Okay.
No, it felt the same.
And then you said that didn't bring you a sense of comfort that it usually does, and you put it down. You let go of it.
Yes, I put it down.
Okay.
Yeah, right where it was supposed to be it.
Put it back where it was.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you and still with your eyes closed?
Yes.
And then you reach over to the nightstand and you feel where the Bible should be.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you describe that a little bit, kind of how you felt around for it, and did you find the other books in the same place the Bible should be, or you just found them first as you were reaching?
Well, I was feeling for them and then feeling for the Bible, and I felt a book which I don't remember how the book felt like, because to me there should only be one book there.
Okay.
Which is the Bible. So I reached for it and I was surprised that it wasn't the Bible.
Okay.
So
and this was kind of there should have only been one book there, and as far as you can tell, it was kind of in the same place where the Bible should have been?
Yes, exactly the same place.
And how did you feel at that moment when you found, you're like, this is not the right book? What did that feel like?
I think I was very too focused on trying to get to the Bible.
Okay.
So when I opened my eyes and I saw because I opened my eyes expecting to see the Bible,
Yeah.
but it was not. So I opened my eyes, I saw that it was sort of a cartoon-ish feel book. So I was like, huh? And I just dropped it and I tried to reach for another book, but I didn't turn around.
And so you're still lying there in bed, and it wasn't until your hands touched what was not the Bible, and then you open your eyes suddenly to look what is in your hands?
No, I expected it to be the Bible, so
Yeah.
I brought it over and I opened it, and then I opened my eyes to see that it was not the
Okay.
Bible.
And you described it as kind of a book with drawn pictures, like cartoons, like a comic book, or more.
Yes, like a comic book, yes.
Okay. What if you can kind of describe the shape of it? Was it thin and folded like a magazine, like a comic book, or was it?
Mhm.
Did it have a hard cover?
There was a hardcover.
Hardcover. Okay.
Yeah, brown hardcover. Pages were white, but I don't know what comic it was. I just saw that it wasn't the book I wanted, and I just dropped it.
Okay. Did you remember if the illustrations were black and white or in color?
In color.
Okay. And you don't remember anything about the images?
It looks like an X-Men. It looked like X-Men comic book.
Okay.
Yeah, which is weird because I've never read any X-Men comic books in the first place.
But that's the feeling you had about that object, is that it was probably a comic book, and the pictures in it were X-Men.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see Wolverine in my mind right now.
Okay. Could be important. We'll see. And then you're like, this is not the book I'm looking for, so you drop it. And when you drop it, does it land on you? Does it fall to the floor?
I dropped it, and now that I think about it, I dropped it and it disappeared.
Okay. Okay. And so you reach again, looking for the Bible, and this time you find another book,
Yes.
and your eyes were not looking where you were reaching.
Yes, I wasn't looking for it because I thought for sure this time it would be the Bible.
Right?
Yeah.
What else? Nothing else is supposed to be there. So you grab that book, and again, you bring that in front of your face, just like the first one.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So it felt exactly like the same, like the previous book. Hardcover, brown, pages were white as well, medium-sized book. Not nothing particularly outstanding about it. But I opened it this time and it was full of text. I did not read the text, but it looked like it was in English.
Okay. And you mentioned seeing chunks of paragraphs of text.
Yes.
Okay. And just focusing on the text a little bit, you couldn't make out any words, not a single one.
No, I wasn't reading the text at all.
Read the text.
Yeah.
Did you, just like the other book, did you have any sense of what it might be?
No.
And no intuition that it was a specific kind of book?
No, because by that point of time, I remember feeling a bit more anxious, a bit more exasperated that it wasn't the Bible. And so I dropped it even faster than the comic book.
Okay.
And it disappeared as well.
And throughout this time, is the feeling of the malicious presence changing at all?
No, but it's sort of how should I describe it?
Yeah, take your time.
The presence was still there, just that it wasn't so much in the forefront of my something that it wasn't something that was as important to bother about at that point of time. It was more like, where is my Bible?
Okay. So you reach over again, and this time you do find the Bible.
Yes.
Okay. And you, again, the same thing. You don't look at it. You just grab it and bring it over in front of your face, and you recognize this is the right book finally.
Yes. So the same thing, brown hardcover and white pages. And this time when I opened it, I sort of like did a flip through, and the pages seemed to be glowing.
Okay.
But the Bible I have in real life is not hardcover.
Interesting. And it's also kind of interesting. It seemed to be the same shape and texture as the other books, all brown hardcover, different contents on the inside. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what to make of that yet, but I think that's probably something important. Where are we at here? So this time you've got, and you open it up, white pages, and they seem to have some kind of a glow to them, or they're a brighter white than the other ones at the very least.
They were the same shade of whiteness, but they had a glow to it.
Okay. How would you describe that glow? It seemed like it was coming from the pages, or
from the pages. It was very illuminating, but not the kind of blinding glow.
Okay. Excuse me. Oh, frog in my throat. So not a blinding, intense light, but just they were obviously glowing. There was something different about these pages compared to the other ones.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I did not read the words inside because, I had a look at the cover of the book and it said the Holy Bible. So, yeah.
You say you didn't read it. Did you did open it and leaf through it?
Yeah, I opened it and I just went sort of like...
Okay.
What should I do?
Do you need a moment?
Like this.
Okay. Okay. What is that called? That there is a description for that motion, but I'm not going to think of it right now. The word is just not coming to me. It's not leafing through it is a different thing. It's
definitely not.
Fan. I don't know. Well, it's probably not important, but that's a good visual description. It really helps to have the video there. I've had people, draw me pictures and hold it up to the camera so I could see what they were talking about. That's fantastic. Even better. Okay. So you finally found the book you were looking for, the Bible, and you did that leaf through it type of thing. And at that time, you didn't feel any different, or you described it did not bring you the sense of comfort it normally would.
Yes. It's weird because I've been searching for that one book, and that anxiety has been mounting. But when I've finally gotten the Bible, it didn't feel like yes, I finally gotten it feeling. It's more of a, okay, I've gotten it, so now what? It doesn't make me feel better.
Okay. And the feeling of the malicious presence hasn't changed again. It's still the same intensity, still the same feeling. I
think I wasn't feeling. I don't think it decreased while I was looking for the books.
Yeah,
it was still there, but somehow in the background.
Yeah.
But the moment I found the Bible and I've realized that, I've gotten it. So now what? the feeling came back. That same oppressive, enveloping, compressing feeling came back.
Okay. Okay. And then you felt like, or you described walking around the house, stumbling around in a haze. So do you remember actually swinging your legs over, standing up, getting out of bed, walking out of your
Yes.
room? Can you describe a little bit of what that process was, just from the moment you decide I got to get up, or what was going on through your head when you decided to move? What were your thoughts?
I just felt like I needed to get out of there because it felt like something was going to come to harm me, but I'm not sure in exactly what way they or the thing or that feeling was going to harm me. So I used my right hand. I swung off the covers, got out the left side of the bed, walked, not really stumbled, but walked, but in a haze towards the door of my bedroom, opened it, got out of it. Don't remember whether I closed the door.
Let me stop you there for just a second before we leave your room. I want to get a better idea of what you mean by in a haze. And you mentioned it was something to do with your vision was not the same or not as sharp as it should be, or was there some other? Did you have a feeling in the dream of being groggy from just waking up? Is that the haze? How would you describe that?
A tiny bit of that, like
Okay.
like I've just woken up. I'm kind of groggy, but I need to get out of there. And the haze was all around me. How should I describe the haze?
I'm wondering if you would describe it as something that seemed to be coming from the oppressive presence around you. Was it causing a haze?
No,
Oh, no.
it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. I think if you look behind me, look how bright the windows are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of bright how to say that, and then you just put it around me. So the haze was not really bright, but was that kind of color, and like giving the kind of aura, glow-ish thing around me.
Okay. Now that you think about it, would you compare it at all to the glow you saw from the pages of the Bible? In terms of the quality of the light, were they similar or not similar?
No, they were not the same because the glow from the pages were quite sharp in contrast to the fuzzy glow that I saw around me.
Okay.
Fuzzy, hazy, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And do you remember once you got out of bed and you were starting to look around, did you get a sense of if it was daytime, nighttime?
I don't know.
Okay. Not a problem. Just curious. So you made it to your bedroom door, and you said stumbled around, but it seemed to be maybe if I suggest it, it seemed to be difficult to get there because of the haze. Is that what you meant by stumbled, or were you pretty direct? You knew where the door was. You went straight there.
Yes, I was very direct. I knew where everything was. I tried to get there, but yet I just felt this force, not really pushing me back, but or maybe my body was still groggy or something. Didn't feel like my usual reflexes.
Okay.
I felt like I had to try hard to get to the door. Ah, yes. Sluggish. I felt very sluggish.
Sluggish. That's a good word for it. And did you get a sense that the kind of malicious presence did anything in response to you leaving the room? Did it seem like it followed you? Did it seem like it had a reaction to that?
No, there was no reaction or anything. Like, I think I said previously that the malicious presence was just enveloping me, surrounding me. So I have no idea where
Okay.
it began and stopped. So
Okay.
like I have no idea how far or how long that is. So when I went out of the room, it felt like it was still there, the same exact feeling
Okay.
of being enveloped. Not like it followed me anywhere, but it's just there.
Okay. And do you have any clear memory of how you crossed from your bedroom to the front door of your house? Is it just right through the living room, straight to the door?
Yes.
Did you remember seeing anything else around you in that time, or you had kind of tunnel vision? I need to go straight to the door.
Do you want to see my room? Do you want to see exactly how I'm getting there?
I suppose you could show me. That would be interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
we can give it. This is new. We'll give it a try.
I'll have to lose the mic though. It's an external mic.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. Let's see what happens. Okay. Very nice. I think we might see the Bible next. There we go. Yeah. And then down a little hall and straight to the door. Wow. I hope everyone watching this is fascinated. This is amazing. And then a gate right there. That's kind of what I imagined, a gate on the door. Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Not sure whether you got it all.
Yes. Yeah. I'll need to wait a moment to ask if you can hear me, but I hope you.
Yeah.
Were you able to hear me the whole time?
No.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. I wasn't really saying anything. I was kind of talking to anyone who might be watching this later, just telling them that this was really cool. No one's ever offered to do that, and that was a good idea. That was amazing. I love it. It gives me a much better idea. And so in the dream, everything appeared as it does in real life. It was very recognizable. Your home, the door to your bedroom, the front door. Everything was pretty much the same.
Yes, but now that I think about it, I didn't realize that I haven't even opened the Bible from the gift wrap.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. It took kind of walking in there to pick it up and to look at it. Yeah.
That's weird because in the dream, I thought for sure that I've already opened it to flip through at least a few times. That was in my dream, yeah, that I thought I've done it before.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That is interesting. You feel like you're having a moment. Something's striking you as significant.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to say, or can you put it into words, or we'll just move on and come back?
I think it's fine. We can just move on.
Okay, no problem. No, I think that's very interesting. Probably relevant. So you got to your front door, and anything that happened during the walk there doesn't seem like it stands out. You went straight to the front door, and you described opening it, and immediately there was another door still there.
Yes, it was. Now that I think about it, it wasn't the same door that you've seen. It was the same brown of like the hardcover book.
Okay, I want to say that the second door that was there behind the first one was brown, or the first door you opened was the brown?
Both doors.
Okay.
Like I don't even have a hardcover book like that.
Yeah.
I did when I was young, yes. This brown.
Okay. Nice. Very nice. But I think that's very significant, it seems pops in my mind to say that it's the same brown as the book. And so this is the door to your house, and it's the same brown as the hardcover of the book. You pull open one door, and as soon as you're pulling it open, you see there's another door there, and it's the same brown.
Yes, it's like well, the words mahogany brown are coming through in my head.
Sure, kind of
And
reddish.
yeah, and the door wasn't a thin door. It was kind of a thick door, at least 1.5 times the thickness of my door. Yeah, and it felt a bit heavier than usual, but I'm not sure whether that's due to my sluggish reflexes.
Sure, could be. But it also, you had the sense of it being a thicker, more substantial door than
Yes.
in real life. Yeah, yeah. And the same with the second door, then you reach to open the second door? Or what, just before you open that second door, what was the reaction? What were you thinking or feeling when you saw there was another door there? Was it surprising? Was it scary? Was it, nothing? Of course there's another door.
I did not expect that door to be there, but on the other hand, I wasn't surprised. I was just like, okay, so I just need to get through this as well. Yeah, the same feeling I had when I saw that I had gotten a comic book and a paragraphed book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting to say it was unexpected, but you didn't have a feeling of surprise. So I don't know if there's a feeling you could associate with the unexpected.
Like get it over and done with.
Say again?
Like the get it over and done with feel. Like, okay, so here's the door. Let me open it. Okay, here's another door. Okay, fine. Let me open it again.
And then you
like
said
that.
there was a third door after you opened the second one? Or then was your gate?
Mm-hmm. Two doors, and then a gate.
Did you have a sense that or any visual image of the gate being different than it is in real life, or different than you expected it? Was it also thicker, heavier?
No, it was as it was. Nothing significant about the gate.
Okay.
I don't think I opened the gate even.
You just know that you were standing in your doorway and that's where the neighbors could see you?
Yes.
So you didn't even actually open the gate?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, my neighbors' doors were closed in the dream.
Are there doors are your neighbors' doors typically closed?
In the day they're open, at night they're closed.
Okay. At that point when you opened your front door and looked out through the gate, did you have a sense of it was daytime or nighttime?
No sense at all.
Okay. But the doors were closed and you took note of that, meaning you were expecting them to be open?
No.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, it feels like it could have been either early morning, like 5-ish. 5-ish. 6 is a bit too late. 5-ish, yeah.
Okay.
Or in the evening.
So the doors were closed but it wasn't nighttime. It was a time of day where it was either too early for the doors to be open, but almost time, or they had just been closed.
No, I don't think it's anything that's relating to the doors being closed or open, because I'm not exactly sure what time they open or close the doors, but usually I see them open in the day. Yeah.
Okay. But you did get the sense that it might be morning, that it might be just right before they would begin to start leaving their doors open for the day.
No. They usually leave the doors open around 10 plus, 11 plus in the day.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. And that may not be significant, but just the idea that all the doors...
It felt like 5 a.m. because the number 5 is coming in 5 a.m.
Sure, and that may very well be, and who knows if that's significant yet. But
Because
good details.
there is a clock right above, right beside my front door, that I could or might have seen the time from it.
But the number 5 is coming to you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Good deal. Possibly early morning? Question mark. We'll just see. You did mention that you felt like the neighbors could see you, though. Even though all the doors were closed, was there anyone out in the hallway, or you just had the sense that you could be seen?
I felt like I could have been seen because I opened the door and through the gate people can see me, but there was no one there and the doors were closed.
Okay. And then pretty much at that point you woke up. That was the last thing you can remember is that sense of feeling like you could be seen, and then you woke up.
I distinctly remember that was the end of the dream, but I did not wake up immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you have no other memories after that?
No.
That's basically the end of the dream, and then you just kept sleeping for a little while?
Yes, for another few minutes, yeah.
And just before we leave that moment, did you have any sense of change in the malicious presence as you were standing at the doorway? You got both doors open. You never even opened the gate, but what was that feeling like?
Still the same foreboding kind of feeling. I don't know. I've been using all these negative words like, foreboding, malicious. Yeah, just that was not a good presence.
Yeah, foreboding to my mind says the feeling that something bad is about to happen.
Yes, basically something like that. I just felt like something was going to happen, and that's why I felt so kind of threatened by the presence, and that's why it spurred me to get out of bed.
Okay. Well, we have now spent half an hour longer talking about the dream than it took you to tell me the first time, because I get real specific in the details. And before I start making suggestions, I'd like to ask people if, having gone through it once and now gone through it again in much greater detail, did you have any sudden understanding or important feelings about specific aspects of it? Does a meaning kind of suggest itself to you after going through it again?
No, it doesn't. But I don't feel that malicious presence anymore anyway. And right now it feels like something laughable. Like, why would I be scared of something like that?
Yeah, well, there was nothing there. Not that you could see. It was just a feeling. Yeah.
Yes.
But when we started just about an hour ago, you said you were still feeling it lingered for a while. This sense of something's not right.
Yes, exactly. It lingered for a while, but it slowly dissipated.
Okay. I'd say I don't know if I want to say physically or biologically, that's pretty common in terms of people's dream experience, that if a feeling kind of follows you out of the dream or is sustained after waking, it will fade the longer you're awake. So that's maybe not significant in and of itself. So
I felt that way before, as in that feeling of having a dream, the feelings that I had in a dream carry on to real life when I've woken up, and to the point that I was certain what I was feeling was real. Like, it was 100% okay, this is real, this is what is going on. And it took me about half an hour to an hour to realize that, hey, no, it was just a dream, it was not real. So that was what I initially wanted to talk to you about my previous dreams. Yeah.
Sure. And
But this one,
well, yeah. So this, because it was so fresh, it's great to
Yeah.
get it. It's like hot out of the oven. So you've had this feeling before, where I don't want to say you've had this experience before, where a feeling stays with you for a while after waking up, and this was another instance where that's the same kind of experience.
yes, same kind of having the feeling carrying on past over the dream to real life, but not the same situation in the dream.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. So there's a couple of things that jump to my mind immediately, and the first one is that, and I caught this the first time through. It seemed important. The idea that there were 3 books, the wrong one, the right one, and there were 3 doors. The first door, the second door, and the gate. Something about something about that repetition seems significant. When you think about that, does anything come to mind?
No.
Okay. No, that's fine. And maybe I haven't said enough about it in terms of that, and maybe we don't really fully understand it. But the other thing that came to my mind was the idea of the feelings that you had while you were searching for the book and searching for the exit. The idea that it was unexpected, but not surprising, almost like you expected obstacles and you were determined to, well, I'm just going to keep looking. I'll just get it done. This is just something I have to go through. When you think about that, are there some experiences in your current waking life that are that you're having to exercise a little bit of determination to get through a difficult experience? Does that make sense?
Well, not really, I guess. I mean, day-to-day life, day-to-day work struggles, it's about the same, I guess.
Is that kind of your day-to-day experience of this is, I just got to get through another day. Here we go. Here's more complications.
Not really. I enjoy my work a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
I guess as compared to not wanting to go to work, I prefer. Yeah, I think looking forward to it. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. It also seems significant to me that the nature of the books you were finding in the search for the right book. There's, I don't know why it suggested to me like a kind of a spiritual quest in a way, but also over time, if that makes sense. So the idea that you picked up a book for comfort, expecting a specific book to give you comfort, but that it was a comic book like you would read as a child, perhaps. And then the next one was a book full of maybe there's no picture, so it's a book for adults, and it's full of information, but it's not the right information. And then you get to the Bible, and it's the right book, and it even glows. It even has something special about it, but that's not ultimately what you were looking for either. That didn't solve the problem. I don't know if that concept of almost a spiritual search or a quest for knowledge over time throughout your life has meaning to you. Does that bring anything to mind?
I feel like that probably indicates that I'm not satisfied with whatever I've gotten. That feels like sort of.
It may be. Are you having some particular dissatisfactions right now with some area of your life? Are you wanting to learn more about something or connect with something more meaningful? Does that make sense?
I think it's more of the relationship aspect of my life.
Okay. you're kind of dissatisfied with your relationship status, either friends or boyfriend, something in there.
Yes. Well, I'm married,
Okay.
and my husband has cheated on me a few times,
Oh.
and so how should I say it? I mean, I've come to terms with it. We are all okay now. We get along quite well now. It's just the process from getting from not okay to being okay. It's not as difficult as I thought it would be.
Huh.
Yes, it wasn't as hurting as it should be, or I don't know. And in between, I've had people. I've had, I guess, my family's support, and oh, okay. Now that I think about it,
What I saw it happen. What came to your mind?
Well, okay. So in between, when I found out my husband was cheating, there are two guys. So one of them was actually chasing me, sort of. He had just gotten out of a divorce as well, and then we were kind of commiserating about our terrible spouses. So yeah, things happened, and yeah, so that did not end well.
Oh.
And yeah, and then I have another friend. He is a very long-term friend of mine. I mean, my first boyfriend. Yeah, so we broke up because of religious reasons, racial reasons, which, I mean, they're still reasons. Yeah. So yeah, from the day we broke up till now, he hasn't had a girlfriend ever since, but he has always been in my life. Huh. So we've been going out as friends, we've been having dinners and all. So he has been very supportive. Yeah, and he knows everything. He knows about the other guy who has been commiserating with me. He knows about what my husband has done. He knows about everything, and he has been very supportive. Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like
there's a set of three there too.
Yes, exactly. Back here, I feel like my friend who was sort of commiserating with me was kind of like the comic book presence, somebody immature. Young, immature. He's a year younger than me. Immature but not relevant. And my other friend, who is more mature, like he's got the knowledge shit together kind of person. Yeah. He feels to me like the person with all the text in the book.
Yeah, you have a long history with them, paragraphs of knowing him forever. Yeah. Probably,
yeah. But somebody not so important. And I feel like the Bible was probably my husband. But yet
could be. That was my thought when you were starting to get into this. And having your husband in your hands didn't feel comforting in that way. Does that make sense with the Bible imagery in the dream?
I feel like I wanted it to be comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it didn't get rid of that sense of oppressive anxiety and dread that's another bad thing was going to happen.
Yeah. Maybe I felt like he was going to cheat on me again or be unfaithful again.
Once it's happened for the first time, it's going to
be 4
times.
times.
Oh, well, Yeah, that makes it a more intense feeling. Likely. Yeah, once it's bad enough, but 4 times it's like this. And there's probably a sense of here we go again, no surprise, huh?
Yeah, kind of. Mm.
Uh that's rough, yeah. Uh wow. I mean, you just had a moment and everything unlocked for you, and I didn't have to do anything. I just had to sit here and listen. That's amazing. And then but it's also interesting then that you're there's some kind of movement too. You're like, and it's centered in the bedroom, which makes sense if this is all around the husband and intimacy issues. There's nowhere in the house more intimate than the bedroom. That's where you dress and undress. That's where you sleep and have sex and all the most personal physical things outside of the bathroom and the kitchen, which is other stuff. So you leave that room to get away from the oppressive feeling, and you go to the door because you're going to leave the house. You're going to escape away from this anxiety and dread and foreboding, and you come across more doors. That's the second part of it. So you're looking for the right book, and you go the wrong book, the one that should be the right one, but it's not. And then you go to the doors, what you think is just the front door, and again, it's not the right one, or it's not the last one. And then there's another one, and then there's still another door there that you don't go through. When you think about it that way, does anything come to mind?
Yes.
What do you
I
got?
had an epiphany of sorts. I feel like I went through first door, second door, and the third one. Remember, I said that the gate. I didn't open it.
Yeah.
Because I felt like people could be watching. People could be looking at me and my actions.
Yeah.
I feel like I honestly was contemplating divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it might be metaphorically me opening the first door, getting rid of the first guy, second guy. And then when it came to my husband, I'm just like held there because of cultural and societal norms.
Yeah. There's a gate,
Like,
and you don't go
yes,
through
like,
it. You can see what's on the other side. You can see there's other people, and then you realize, oh no, they're gonna see me. They're gonna see
yeah,
me walk through this door, and
they're probably going to judge me for,
yeah,
divorce this person. There's going to be a lot of backlash, things like that. Yeah, maybe.
yeah, yeah. And so the feeling, yeah, represents your I don't want to say this wrong, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it's the unresolved situation, but it's more than that. It's the feeling that if you don't escape, something else will go wrong, and you can't. And as long as you're in the house, as long as you're in this environment, the relationship, that feeling is present everywhere, pressing on you. And that desire to escape, to get out the door, and then the feeling of being held back by fears of how it's gonna, what next.
Maybe, but in reality, my relationship with my husband is steadily improving. Actually,
Okay.
He is somebody who really cares for me. I can feel that he cares, and I can feel that he is trying to undo whatever he has done.
Okay.
And I think we are getting along well. So I'm not sure why I'm having these thoughts, or maybe these were like subconscious thoughts. So
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't mean that this is a secret wish to run away. The idea would be that you want to be rid of the dread, the foreboding that something is about to go wrong at any moment, unexpectedly. And it's kind of a constant, at least in your dream mind, it's kind of a constant feeling that doesn't change. Although, yeah, you did describe, and I thought this was interesting, that while you were looking for the Bible, while you were searching through the other books, that sense of dread decreased, which probably is you were getting comfort from talking to these other guys, and it put that constant, put a damper on that constant feeling of anxiety and that something was about to go wrong. Yeah, I had more words. I'm losing it.
Yeah. That makes sense. It does.
Yeah. What else? Sometimes I just have to go back and look at my notes because I think we've gotten a lot really fast, and I'm worrying I'm leaving something out that might be interesting or important. I guess we maybe didn't really address too much why there might have been a haze around you and a sluggish feeling. That might be something relevant. Is that now that we've kind of dialed it in a little bit to your current relationship issues being relevant? What do you think the haze or the sluggishness, the resistance you were feeling, the struggle to make forward progress? What do you think about that?
I feel like it might have been the process of getting through these guys, like a sort of a breakup kind of thing, like the kind of how should I describe it? Like what I needed to go through to get out of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because remember I said, the path from my bedroom to the door felt like sluggish, felt like I needed to put in work to get there.
Yeah.
So the first door I feel represented the other friend of mine who because in real life when I tried to more like when we sort of stopped talking to each other, it was a very long and tedious process. It was very difficult, and but when it came to the second door, I yanked it open easily.
Okay.
And I just quickly and that feels like it is around the same feeling that I have in real life.
Mm-hmm.
With that friend of mine. But when it comes to the gate that represents my husband, it's just there. Like I'm not touching it yet.
Yeah, you didn't even reach for it in the dream. You just stopped. You just saw it and what was beyond it, and chose not to pass through that door. At least not at that time. What I was thinking, and that's good associations. I think it's fantastic. Right on the money. What was suggested to me by the haziness and the specific, because I think you explained the sluggish difficulty moving forward. Like this process probably hasn't been easy. Everything you've been going through, you've probably had to force yourself to move, or it's been more difficult to move forward than you would have expected going through it. But the haziness specifically it suggests to me like a clouded vision. Like part of you feels like you weren't seeing things clearly, as clearly as you should, or as clearly as you might like to. Your vision was obscured. That seems metaphorical of something.
Yes. It wasn't completely obscured. Mm-hmm. It didn't feel like it was opaque, but rather translucent.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might suggest, I don't want to say just doubts, but doubts is a good way to put it. The idea of uncertainty, the idea of, if you can't see something clearly, maybe you don't know what it is, and then you don't know what to do about it. So there's probably some part of you that's feels like you don't have a good grip on the way things are, a clear vision of some circumstance.
Probably.
Yeah, that might just be not a disconnected feeling, but I just, as thoroughly as possible, I like to make sense of every little thing, because I'm like, this is all there for a reason, and sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But like I said earlier, we made a lot more really fast process, faster than I thought even possible progress in this process. So, I'm good if you are to kind of bring it to a close at some point. But before I do, I'd like to ask people if there's more elements that stand out in your mind that we didn't talk about, things you're still confused by, or images that we haven't made sense of that seem important.
I'm not sure why as I'm saying that, I just realized
What is it?
that you know how I described in my dream the Bible as the Holy Bible on the hardcover
Yes.
and all, but when we went there to see the actual Bible, it wasn't even opened; it was still wrapped, right?
Mm-hmm. And it was more of a soft cover.
Yeah, it was soft cover. So I feel like maybe from there in the dream I realized that my husband isn't who he's supposed to be, who he seemed he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he seemed like somebody who is really trustworthy, reliable, somebody who's mature, somebody who, I thought I could give myself to for life. Yeah, maybe that's a hardcover, the dependable part of it. Yeah, but it turns out he wasn't. Yeah, and I was also wondering about because it came quite clearly to me that it was an X-Men comic. It was
Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine, which I don't know why, because it does not. I don't see any association between that and my friend.
Huh. He's not. Is he a bit of a, or does he represent maybe a wild, some kind of wild essence or danger? Does he have an edge to him? I don't know. What are the words I'm thinking of? Because Wolverine's a very interesting, complicated character. And it depends on how much of a fan you are of the story of Wolverine, to how much associations there are there. Do you mostly know Hugh Jackman from the movies?
Yes, I know Hugh Jackman, but it doesn't come across as Hugh Jackman. There is no association here. It's more like Wolverine with the comic book version of him wearing yellow, and then the big black.
Yeah. Old school.
Yeah.
That goes back to the 80s, 70s, 80s. Yeah.
yeah, that exactly. And that's the weirdest, because I've never read any X-Men comics before. I have no idea where that even appeared in my mind.
Yeah.
And how that. Yeah.
I'm not sure what to make of that. Yeah, there is something. I mean, if we go with that this is that specific. I don't know. Wolverine's, like I was saying, a very interesting character because of his relationships too. He's very much a loner, and it's because of the emotional pain he experiences by getting close to people who die, because he's living forever, or seeing people die, or just his general demeanor being kind of standoffish. He's got this kind of rough exterior with a soft, squishy heart on the inside. So I don't know if those character elements... I
did not know that.
Yeah, those kind of character elements, if you didn't know. But then what else would he represent to you? Maybe adventure? Does adventure come to mind?
Well, I see him doing the thing, and then, the claws thing come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that's how I remember of Wolverine. I don't tie him to Hugh Jackman, even though I think he did quite... I don't even think I watched X-Men.
Or a sense of something dangerous that's still desirable. Does that make sense?
Oh, there.
Here he comes again.
That is dangerous and desirable. Yeah, little cat there.
Yeah, there he is, yeah. Just all over the papers. Good thing we're just about done with the papers. Oh, boy. Yeah, that kind of mixture of danger and desirability maybe came to mind, and it could relate to that guy of there's a danger of... There was a temptation there maybe, but that temptation represented a desirable but dangerous thing that... I don't know if that makes sense to you.
It does.
Okay.
It does, and I think we should probably put that to a completely different segment.
Sure. No. Yeah. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to come back around to the idea of the Bible having a glow to it. The first thing that came to my mind, you can tell me if this resonates with you, is that you see your husband as special. That's the glow was the glow of your heart responding to him. You see him as something special. And not only that, but the idea of the hardcover, you mentioned this a little bit too, of him being reliable or sturdy, like a hardcover, but also a hardcover is usually something of value. It's more expensive, more durable. It's like a better product, a better quality than just a paperback. So,
Yes.
and so, I mean, this jives with the idea that you're wanting to repair and maintain your relationship with your husband, that you do see him as sturdy, valuable, and inside there's the glow, and you can see it. You can see something special there that's worth connecting with. That makes it different than the other pages in the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what came to my mind.
I guess you could call it that. Yeah.
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
Because I think for a period of time, especially last year, and early this year, I was quite hell bent on wanting to divorce him. Yeah, but now not so much. I'm just following, going with the flow and see what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, and that's what came to my mind. The idea that something in you is at least just bringing to your conscious mind a little more the idea that you do see something of value there, and whether you're right or not, there's still that danger that that even holding on to that and keeping it close to you, this thing that should bring you comfort, is not dissipating this dread, this anxiety, this foreboding. Just letting you know you're still kind of worried things could go wrong, and you're hoping for the best, because there's potential there. So that's probably the best I can do out of all this stuff. You feel pretty good about it?
Yeah, I think yeah, we've gone through it quite very much in detail.
Yeah, that's what I do. I wish I could find another way to get at that kind of understanding without so many words, but I don't know any other way. Not yet. Hopefully, the longer I keep doing this, the better I'll get at finding those places to hang on to. Oh no! Don't lay on the keyboard. Don't lay on the keyboard. Jesus. Oh, did it still recording? Okay, well, we're almost done anyway. That would have been a good stopping point, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, if you're satisfied, I've enjoyed the process, and I really appreciate you talking to me. Maybe I'll just I'll wrap up the video real quick, and then we'll talk afterwards for a moment.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, good deal. So with that, I'll just say to everyone watching, hey, thank you for joining us for another episode of Dreamscapes. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Thanks again, Sophie.
Bye-bye.